Alright guys, let's look at some application problems today for rational functions. So let's look at example number 1. It says a car traveling 70 miles and a truck traveling 60 miles reach their destination in the same amount of time. The car's rate is 6 miles per hour faster than the truck's rate. Find the rate of the car and the truck. So let's look at the car and let's look at the truck, right? So the car, we're going to say, is going 60 miles, okay, and the car's traveling 70 miles, and the truck's traveling 60 miles. And the car's rate is 6 miles per hour faster than the truck's rate. Okay, well, we don't know what the rate is, so we're going to say the rate is x. But the car's rate is 6 miles per hour faster, so x plus 6. The truck is x, just x, excuse me. Alright, well now, they are traveling the same destination, right? So we need to set these equal to each other, and we need to solve. So 70 times x equals 60x plus 360. Right? All I did was cross multiply, subtract 60 on both sides. So 10x equals 360. So x equals 36. Okay, so why not? It says find the rate of the car and the truck. Well, we know the truck, the rate was x miles, so 36 miles per hour. And we know the car was 6 miles per hour faster than that, so that would be 42 miles per hour. Alright. It says Casey can build a brick wall in 6 hours. Kimberly can build a brick wall in 5 hours. They work together. How long will it take them to brick a wall? So let's look at Casey first, and then we'll look at Kimberly next. So Casey is going to be one wall, and it's going to take her 6 hours, right? So 1 over 6. Kim is going to brick one wall in 5 hours. We want to figure out if we add these together. I'm going to write together. If they're working together, they're going to brick one wall in how many hours, right? So let's say x hours. So we've got Casey, which is 1 over 6, one wall in 6 hours, plus Kimberly, which is 1 over 5, one wall in 5 hours, and that's going to equal 1 over x, one wall in x hours if they're working together. We would add them if they're working together. Alright, so let's find a common denominator. Over here, common denominator would be 30, so we need to multiply this by 5, so this would be 5 plus 6 in the numerator over 30 equals 1 over x. Okay, so 7 over 30 equals 1 over x, so 7x equals 30. So x equals, what, 30 over 11? Sorry, 30 over, it's not 7, it's 11. 30 over 11, which is what, 2.7? So we'll say about 2.7 hours. Alright, it says it takes Chris twice as long to clean the house as it takes Erica to clean the house. Together they finish cleaning the whole house in 2 hours. How long does it take each person to separately finish the job? So here we go, Chris, and then we've got Erica, and then we've got together. Okay, well we know that together, if they finish cleaning the house in 2 hours, right? So one house in 2 hours. It takes Chris twice as long to clean the house as Erica. Okay, well Chris and Erica are going to finish the job in X amount of hours, but it takes Chris twice as long. So it takes him or her, I don't know, Chris. It takes Chris 2 times X. It takes Erica 1 times X. And then together they're going to do it in 2 hours. Alright, so they're working together. We would add these together. So we've got 1 over 2x plus 1 over x is going to be equal to 1 over 2, 1/2. Now all we're doing is to solve them for x. So let's make a common denominator here. The common denominator would be 2x. So I already have 2x here. I need to multiply this by 2. That would be 1 plus 2, which would be 3, over 2x is equal to 1/2. Alright, well if I want to make a common denominator, we move this to this side. So we would subtract 1/2. So we'll say this is minus 1/2 equals 0. We need to multiply this by x. So this is x over 2x. So 3 minus x over 2x equals 0. Multiply by 2x to get rid of my denominator. That goes away, so we get 3 minus x equals 0. So we know x equals 3. Alright, so what equals 3? Okay, well we know that Erica it takes her X amount of hours, so it takes her 3 hours. So Erica's 3 hours. And then Chris is twice as long, so Chris would be 3 times 2, which is 6 hours. A new underwater tunnel is being built. One tunnel boring machine can finish the tunnel in 4 years. A different type of machine can finish the other side in 3 years. If both machines start at opposite ends and work at the same time, so they're working together, when will the tunnel be finished? So we've got, let's say, new, and then we've got one tunnel, so let's just call it tunnel boring machine A. A different type of machine, we'll say that's B. Get to the 3 side, and then we want to know if they do it together. So in the same respect that we've been doing, so boring machine A can finish one tunnel in 4 years, so 1 over 4. The other machine, B, can finish it in 3 years, so 1 over 3. We want to know if they work together, when will it be finished, so 1 over X. X is in years. Right? Okay, so 1/4 plus 1/3 equals 1 over X. So was that 3, if we need to make a common denominator, it's 12, so 3 over 12, and 4 over 12, so 7 over 12. Yeah, 7 over 12 equals 1 over X. So same thing, 7x equals 12. X equals 1.7 years. Right, again, we're in years. Alright, a water tank is being filled from a main pipe and a secondary pipe. Together the pipes can fill the tank in 12 minutes. Alone, the main pipe can fill the water 10 minutes faster than the secondary pipe. How long will each pipe take if it was filling the tank by itself? Alright, so let's redo this. Let's say that together they're filling it 12 minutes, so 1 over 12. One pipe, 12 minutes. Now the main pipe is going to be 10 minutes faster than the secondary pipe. So we've got 1 over, for both of these, one pipe. And then the secondary pipe is going to take X number of minutes. The main pipe is going to take X number of minutes, but 12 minutes faster, right? So minus 12. So I've got the main pipe working together, 1 over X minus 10. Sorry, 10 minutes faster, excuse me. Plus 1 over X plus the secondary pipe, and it's going to fill it in 1 over 12. Right, so there we go. Alright, so in the same respect, we need to create a common denominator. Multiply this by X. This is going to be X. And then my common denominator is going to be X minus 10. So we need to multiply this by X minus 10. So plus X minus 10 equals 1 over 12. So here we go. I've got 2X minus 10 over X squared minus 10X equals 1 over 12. So let's cross multiply. I get 24X minus 120 equals X squared minus 10X. Alright, so let's get our numbers on the same side. So let's move this negative 24 over here. So it's going to be minus 24X. And let's add the 120. So I'm going to get X squared minus 34X plus 120. So factors of 120 that combine to give me 34, X minus 30, and X minus 4. Okay, now let's look at this, right? Because it says it's going to take it 12 minutes. Together they can fill the pipe in 12 minutes. So does the solution, because I have two solutions here, X equals 4 and X equals 30, does the solution of 4 minutes make sense? It says how long would each pipe take if it was filling the tank by itself? If the secondary pipe filled it in 4 minutes, how in the world could they fill it together in 12 minutes, right? So the 4. Alright, and last one, let's look at number 6. It says an oil tank has 2 inlet pipes and 1 outlet pipe. One inlet pipe can fill the tank in 12 hours, and the other can fill it in 20 hours. The outlet pipe can empty the tank in 10 hours. How long would it take to fill the tank with all 3 pipes open? If it empties, it subtracts, right? So let's look at the first inlet pipe, right? So inlet, it says 1 inlet pipe can fill the tank, so 1 tank in 12 hours, so 1 over 12. The other one, so let's just say OT, other, can fill the tank in 20 hours, so 1 tank in 20 hours. The outlet pipe, so we'll say OUT, is going to empty it and 1 over 10. So 1 pipe in 10 hours. Now again, this is the outlet, so let's make it a negative or subtraction because it's letting water out. This is adding water in. How long would it take to fill the tank with all 3 pipes open? So we're adding all these together, right? So we've got 1 over 12 plus 1 over 20 minus, because this is a negative, it's outlet, minus 1 over 10. And we want to know together how long will it take, so 1 over x. Alright, so let's find our common denominator here. Okay, now what I'm going to do, because I haven't done this really that much, so let's go ahead and move this to that side. We'll create a common denominator for all of them. So if I want to move this 1 minus x, I'm going to subtract it, right? So it's going to become a minus 1 minus x equals 0. So now what my common denominator would be, let's just say 120x, right? Because that's a factor of all of those. So 120x. Alright, so I need to multiply this by 10x. I need to multiply this by, what, 10, no, sorry. So again, we're finding a common denominator of 120. So let's go ahead and make this common denominator of 120x. So we need to multiply this by 10x. We need to multiply this by 6x, so positive 6x. We need to multiply this by 12, so minus 12x. And then we need to multiply this by 120, because it's already got the denominator of x, so minus 120. That's equal to 0. So let's combine these puppies. We got 10 plus 6 is 16, minus 12 is going to give me 4x. Minus 120 over 120x equals 0. So we can get rid of our denominator, multiply by 120x. Bye-bye. So we get 4x equals 120, so x equals 30. So how long would it take to fill the tanks with all 3 pipes open? 30 hours.